What we're going to enter into is an exercise of dance, story. We had an experience of poetry. And that exercise helps to transform the science of our brain, to help us to move into a mindful happiness, and to move toward a flexibility of thought and hope, to move away from fear, to transform fear into hope. I have a beautiful cast here, and I'm going to call them forth as we enter into this story. This is a story about the transforming power of kind-heartedness and the human struggle in life. When kind-heartedness and the struggle merge, the possibility of change is ignited like a matchstick. With the heat of the kind-heartedness, the human struggle can take on a beautiful new shape that starts in our brain. This heat can artistically change our fear-based neuroplastic patterns into the hope of connecting with one another and all of our differences and still be unified. This story and dance can create a neuroplastic change in our brain. Let's enter into the experience of a story about a princess and a frog that began in the East and eventually found its way to the West. Two cultures merging. Once upon a time, in a faraway land in the East, a king lived in a castle with his beautiful daughter, who was a princess. The castle was in the middle of the forest. Near a very big pond. The princess loved playing near the pond. Her favorite game was playing with her golden ball. One evening, the princess went into the forest. She began to dance as she dreamed of her Prince Charming, who would appear and take her to the fairyland in the West. She was tossing the golden ball, laughing with glee. Suddenly, the golden ball slipped from her hands and fell into the pond. Down, down, down it went. Deep, deep into the pond. The princess could not see her precious golden ball. She cried bitterly and said, "I would give anything in the whole world if I could get my golden ball back." At that same moment, A frog stuck his head out of the water and said, "Princess, why are you crying?" "Because my golden ball fell deep into the pond. Can you help me, little frog?" cried the princess. The frog replied, "I will bring your golden ball back to you if you promise to accept me as your companion. Let me sit next to you, eat from your plate, sleep in your bed, and love and cherish me." The princess replied, "Yes, I will promise you everything. Just bring back my golden ball." Immediately, the frog stuck his head under the water and dove down, down, down to the bottom of the pond. He found the golden ball shimmering in the blue water, and he brought it back to the surface. The golden ball to the princess. She caught it, and she was very happy, and the frog was happy too. In her excitement, she began to run home, holding on to her golden ball that she loved very much. The frog called out to her, "Wait, wait, princess, take me with you, you promised." The next day, the princess was sitting at her table when she heard something come up the steps. Plop, plop, plop. Then she heard a knock at the door, and a voice called out, "Princess, princess, open the door for me." She ran and opened the door and saw the frog, whom she forgot all about. Frightened, she slammed the door shut and returns to the table. The king saw that his daughter was afraid, and he asked, "Why are you afraid?" "Because of that slimy green frog who got my golden ball out of the pond. I promised that he would be my companion when he found my golden ball. Father, I did not think that he would leave the water. Now he is outside the door and wants to come in." Just then, there came a second knock at the door, and a voice called out, "Youngest daughter of the king, open the door for me. You made a promise to me at the pond. Open up the door for me." The king said, "What you have promised, you must keep. Go and let the frog in." She obeyed her father. She opened the door. The frog hopped in and followed her to the chair. The princess was afraid of the cold, slimy frog, and she did not want to touch him, and she began to cry. The king became very angry and commanded the princess to keep her promise. The princess listened to her father, and she lifted the frog up off the floor put him next to her. He ate from her plate. And when he became tired, he told the princess, "Carry me upstairs and put me in bed." The princess carried the frog on her hand and placed him on the pillow where he slept all night long. Early in the morning, the frog awakened and hopped downstairs out of the castle. The princess awakened, and she appeared happy because the frog was nowhere to be found. However, the next day, as she sat down to eat, she heard a tap at the door, and she heard someone say, "Open the door, my princess dear. Open the door to thy true love here, and mind the words that thou and I said by the pond cool in the greenwood shade." The king said to the princess, "As you have made a promise, you must keep it, so go and let him in." One more time, the princess obeyed her father, and she let the frog come in. He ate with her. And then she put him on the pillow to sleep. As soon as it was light, the frog disappeared. And the princess awakened, and she was very, very happy because she did not see the frog. Now the third night came, and she heard the tapping at the door. "Open the door, my princess. Open the door to thy love here, and mind the words that thou and I said by the pond cool in the greenwood shade." Without any commands from the king, the princess opened the door. She lifted the frog so he could eat from her plate. Then she carried him upstairs and put him on the pillow. Morning came, and the frog has been transformed. And to her surprise, she awakened to see a handsome prince gazing upon her with the most loving, kind eyes as he stood at the head of her bed. The prince tells the princess about the malicious curse put upon him that changed him into a frog. To break the curse, he needed a princess to be his companion for 3 nights. You, my princess, have broken this cruel curse, and now I have nothing to wish for except that you go with me into my father's kingdom in the west, where I will marry you and love you as long as you live. Together they began their journey from the east, merging into the kingdom of the west, full of joy and celebration. The king was so excited and delighted when he saw his daughter happy. He invited the people from the different kingdoms to celebrate together as they went off on their journey to the west.
My heart overflows with happiness that my beautiful daughter, the princess, can begin a new life with her handsome prince. I invite all of you to share in our joy on this happy occasion.
Adia katika bari ba kana bash babo sa pier tik tisuli Adia piran majangi khane na bule be bala sinde salman das kane kha chanore Oh dana padana dana na oh dana padana dana na po to tilagane na 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 oh to tilagane na 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 आज तफक्कने ड्रानना हो आज तफक्कने वामना हो जीजी व जीजी साकना हो से कुम मारा जाकना हो जीजी व जीजी मंदरी पर ईच का वक्त तो अंतरी हो जीजी व जीजी सुमरो कपफाज खुदा से जो नसीर खानना हे सब वतन के ने जानना हो कच्ची खुरासान हर बोई मरजान दूरी नसीर खान दिलतन शाशान बूढ़ा बोलान कास को रक्षान कोई सुलेमान तख्त सुलेमान हर बोई मरजान दूरी नसीर जान दिलतन शाशान तो बोलान कास को रक्षान कोई सुलेमान